Hello students, in this session we will derive the expression for damping frequency and damping ratio for the small signal stability analysis. Clear? So let us start the derivation for the same. So in previous theory we have seen or derived one characteristic equation which shows the stability of system for the small signal stability analysis. So continue to that theory or from that equation number 5. Yes, uh, from this equation number 5, which is the characteristic equation for the small signal stability analysis. So continue to that, just consider that equation. So I will write again, which is mp square plus del pe by del delta 0, which is equal to 0, or you can write mp square plus del p by del delta 0, which is equal to synchronizing coefficient, which is equal to 0. So this is our equation number 1. So from this equation I can write or make a subject the p. So p square is equal to minus ps by m. Clear? So from this equation or in this equation we know very well where m is equal to moment of inertia or total moment of inertia, which is equal to gh upon pi f. Clear? Here we are consider for the synchronizing coefficient, so it is natural frequency 0. Clear? And yes, the unit for the moment of inertia is megajoule second per electrical radian. Megajoule second per electrical radian. Clear? Next, if we want to write this equation in terms of per unit, then we need to consider this machine rating G is equal to 1, or we need to divide this equation by G. Clear? So I can write M is equal to pi into F0, the unit is per unit. Clear? So just substitute this value in this equation, so we will get P square is equal to, we'll get over here, P square is equal to minus pi into F0 into H into PS. This is the second equation. Clear? Yes. So from this second equation, the stable system is marginally, we can conclude that from this second equation, we can conclude that, or from the roots of this second equation, we can say that the system is marginally stable with natural frequency of oscillation. System is marginally stable with natural frequency of oscillation, or from this equation number 2, from the roots of this equation number 2, the natural frequency of oscillation is given by the, or from the equation number 2 given by the roots of equation number 2, which is omega n is equal to under root of pi f0 1 h into ps. See equation number 3, which shows the natural frequency of oscillation of our system. Clear? Clear? Or for this characteristic equation for small signal stability analysis. So this omega n will show the natural frequency of oscillation for this small signal stability analysis. I hope you have Clear up to this. Next, here we need to, in next page, we need to understand the concept of damping torque. So just heading it damping torque, because to derive the frequency of oscillation and damping ratio, we need to understand the concept of damping torque. Clear? So let us explain with the diagram. Just draw the MMF diagram for the synchronous machine. MMF diagram of synchronous machine. Here Fr is equal to field MMF, Fs is equal to stator MMF, and the resultant one, which is FSR, is armature MMF or air gap MMF. FSR, which is your resultant MMF or air gap MMF. Clear? Once again, just look at over here. Fs is equal to stator MMF, Fr is equal to rotor MMF, and FSR is equal to resultant MMF. Here, so from this diagram, there is a difference in angular velocity. There is a difference in angular velocity, which is, we know very well, this is the angle delta R, or we can say load angle or power angle, with that machine is, or synchronous machine is rotated, or rotor is rotated. Clear? So the difference in angular velocity, the difference in angular velocity between the rotor MMF and resultant rotating air gap MMF, Fr and FSR. Due to this both, the MMF machine will rotate with particular angle, which is delta R. Clear? Because due to this both MMF, induction motor action will take place between these two MMF, and with particular angle delta R, the machine will rotate. Clear? But the torque will produce or set up on the rotor. Torque will produce or set up on rotor due to this difference between these two different angular velocity. Due to the difference between the angular velocity, the induction motor action will take place, and this will leads to the production of torque on the rotor. And the tendency of the torque which is developed on a rotor has to minimize these angular velocities. To minimize these angular velocities means, we'll write the tendency of this torque which is developed due to this angular difference has a tendency to minimize the angular difference between Fr and FSR. Minimize the angular difference between Fr and FSR. So this torque is known as, which has the tendency to minimize these angular velocities or difference between this angular velocity. So we can say that if the delta R will become 0, that means Fr and FSR on the same line, at that time machine will in standstill condition. And if there is an angle between there is some angle between Fr and Fsr, then we can say that machine will rotate. So from this theory we can conclude that this torque is known as, which is developed or which has the tendency to minimize this difference between the Fr and Fsr, is known as damping torque. Clear? Let us discuss once again. So from this diagram, damping torque, the difference in angular velocity between the rotor and resultant rotating air gap field will produce or will come into the action of induction motor. Torque will set up upon, and the torque will set up upon the rotor, torque will set up upon on the rotor, and this torque has the tendency to minimize this angular velocity. That means due to the self weight, the torque will develop. Self weight or self inertia of rotor, the torque will develop on the rotor, and this torque has a tendency to minimize these angular velocities. Clear? And this torque is known as damping torque. Clear? The definition of damping torque. Clear? So the damping torque which is developed onto the rotor is, or damping power is approximately, which is proportional to the speed deviation. So the damping power which is approximately proportional to the speed deviation of machine. Speed deviation of machine. So I can write the PD is directly proportional to the d delta by dt, or can write this to remove this proportionality. PD is equal to d into d delta by dt, where d is equal to damping power coefficient and it is determined from the design data. I think you have calculated the example for the synchronous machine design, and where we will calculate the damping power coefficient d. Clear? Which is given into the design data. Clear? So the next is, now let us understand why why in the case 1 here in the previous theory, where the synchronizing power coefficient is positive and your system will be oscillatory stable. Here, so it is just because of the damping power. So if, yes, you can consider the reason why the positive power coefficient will not lead to the system to the out of step or lose the synchronism. So if the PS is positive, then we know very well from the previous theory, if the PS is positive, then the system will oscillatory stable. But here is the reason why, because of this damping power coefficient, the system will remain in stable operating condition. Stable operating condition just because of the damping power or damping torque. The damping torque is developed, again just understand, damping torque is developed due to this angular difference in the angular velocity. The induction motor action will take place between this Fr and Fsr, and this will produce or develop a torque on rotor due to the rotor self weight and inertia. Clear? And this torque have the tendency to minimize this angular velocity between these two opposing angular velocities. Clear? And this torque is known as the damping torque. Clear? So when the PS is positive, just because of this damping power, the system will remain in stable condition. There is no loss of synchronism occur. Clear? Next, consider this damping terms. Consider this damping term into the linearized swing equation. All right. Consider the equation number, I think, yes, equation number 4. Consider the equation number 4 into this swing equation and linearize the swing equation. So it will become, I'll write the swing equation in per unit. So it is h upon pi f0, h upon pi f0 into d square delta upon dt square plus this damping terms, which is d plus d delta upon dt plus the synchronizing coefficient, which is ps into d delta s. Or if you wish, you can write the general equation, which is m d square delta upon dt square plus, or you can consider, which is equal to pm minus pe, which is equal to pa. So using this equation, just you can write the linearized equation with considering this damping coefficient. Clear? So this is the equation number 5 with the effect of damping torque into the swing equation. Clear? Now the next is divide this equation number 5 by, or multiply with pi f0 upon h. Multiply the equation number 5 by the pi f0 upon h, or you can say divided by m. Clear? So divided by m. Clear? So we will get the d square delta upon dt square plus pi f0 upon h into d delta d delta upon dt plus pi f0 upon h into ps delta equal to 0. Equation number 6. Clear? So just recall now the control theory in terms of which you have studied in your 4th or 3rd semester. Okay, just recall the subject of control theory where you have used the calculated the stability of system. So same concept you need to apply over here. So in terms of standard second differential equation, I can write the equation number 6, or the standard second order differential equation for the stability studies analysis, which is d square delta upon dt square plus 2 zeta omega n plus 2 zeta omega n d delta upon dt square d delta upon dt square. Yes, we have made mistake to forgot to consider over here delta. Clear? As we consider the effect of changing angle. Clear? So d delta upon dt square plus 2 zeta omega n into d delta by dt plus omega n square delta delta. Clear? The equation number 7. Now we just need to compare these two equations. Equation number 6 for the state stability analysis of synchronous machine, and thus equation number 7, which is the standard second order differential equation for the stability studies analysis. Clear? So with the comparison of these two equations, we will get the here, or if you wish you can write here, or omega n, which is equal to natural frequency of oscillation, omega n which is equal to natural frequency of oscillation, that we can calculate from this equation number 3. Clear? So omega n which is equal to natural frequency of oscillation, you can calculate from equation number 3. Then zeta is equal to dimensionless damping ratio. Dimensionless damping ratio. Clear? So, and it can be calculated from these two equations. Can write zeta is equal to d by 2 under root of d by 2 under root of pi, yes, d by 2 under root of pi f0 upon h into ps. H into ps. This is the equation number 8, which shows the dimensionless damping ratio, and omega n is equal to natural frequency of oscillation. If you wish, you can write again this equation, which is under root of pi f0 upon h into ps. Into ps. Clear? So I hope you are clear up to this. Just recall again, you have started from this characteristic equation, which shows the small signal stability analysis, or we can say we can consider this characteristic equation for the analysis of a system where the small disturbances are occur, and after they subjected to small disturbance, whether system will remain in stable operating condition or it will lose the synchronism, we can calculate from these roots of this characteristic equation. Clear? So from this equation, just make the subject of this derivative operator p, and from this p we can calculate the natural frequency of oscillation. Clear? Equation number 3. And then the definition of damping torque, which is due to the angular difference in angular velocity. That means Fr means your field MMF, or you can say the rotor MMF, and the FSR is equal to air gap MMF. So there is, due to this difference between the angular velocity, the induction motor action will take place, and that will produce the torque on the rotor, and this torque has a tendency to minimize this angular velocity between the Fr and FSR, and this torque is known as damping torque. Clear? So the damping power is directly proportional to the speed deviation. So from that we can write the PD directly proportional to d delta by dt, which is equal to PD is equal to d into d delta by dt. Clear? Where d is equal to damping power coefficient, and it is calculated from the design data sheet. Clear? So yes, we have concluded yesterday or our previous lecture that if the synchronizing power coefficient is positive, then the system will remain oscillatory stable, or I can say in stable condition. So just because of this damping power, the system will remain stable. Clear? Now next is just consider the damping term into the swing equation and linearize it. We will get this equation number 5. Clear? So just divide this equation number 5 by m. We will get the equation number 6, and from the standard second order differential equation you can get the dimensionless damping ratio, which is zeta. Clear? I hope you are clear up to the equation number 8. So from the characteristic equation in S domain, characteristic equation in S domain can get S square plus 2 zeta omega n into S plus omega n square. Just recall your control engineering or control theory where you have derived this equation. Clear? So for the normal operating condition, zeta, which is equal to d by 2 under root pi f0 upon h into ps, which is less than 1 for normal operating condition, or I can say for steady state operating condition of the system, the zeta will be less than 1. And the roots of this characteristic equation means equation number 9. The roots of this characteristic equation, which is S1 S2 is equal to minus zeta omega n plus or minus j omega n under root of 1 minus zeta square. So just modify this equation, minus zeta omega n plus or minus j omega d, where the omega d is equal to damping frequency oscillation, or I can say damped frequency oscillation. And it is given by, you can write omega d, which is equal to omega n, yes, over here from this equation, omega n into under root of 1 minus zeta square. This is the final equation of this theory, equation number 11. See equation number 10 means roots of this characteristic equation, and from that you will calculate the damped frequency of oscillation for this stable for the system. Clear? So one more thing, from this equation number 3 and 8, or I can say from this equation number 3, which is natural frequency of oscillation, and the equation of the damping ratio, you just need to write the conclusion. If h is increased, then what will be the effect on omega n and the zeta, which is damping ratio. Clear? That you have to derive or write by yourself. Clear? One more thing left over here, that stability time will, of course we will derive, but just you can write over here the response time. Just recall your control engineering. The response time is tau is equal to 1 upon zeta omega n, or you can write it is 2h divided by pi f0 into d, and the settling time, this is the response time constant tau, which is equal to 1 upon zeta omega n. This is just recall your control engineering all these equation you have derived in control engineering for the stability studies analysis. Same concept we are applying over here for the small signal stability analysis, and we calculate all these damping ratio, natural frequency of oscillation, damped frequency of oscillation, and the final one is settling time. This is your equation number 12. No need to give the equation number over here. We will continue this theory, but if it is asked that derive the damping ratio and the damping frequency for the small signal stability analysis, then you need to calculate or derive up to the equation number 11. Here the settling time Ts is equal to or nearly is equal to 4 times tau. Clear? So this is the one theory where it is asked as they derive the damping frequency and damping ratio for the small signal stability analysis, and these all the equation are useful to calculate the example for the small signal stability. Of course, we will derive the example based on this omega d, omega n, zeta, this time constant t. Of course, we will calculate all and derive the conclusion if what will be the effect if this h is increase or decrease. Clear? So I hope you are clear up to this, the equation number 11. In next session we will derive the stability for the multi-machine system. Clear? Here for the we have considered the case of single machine infinite bus system, but in next session we will derive with the condition of multi-machine system. Clear? And for that we just apply the state space analysis. Clear? So I hope you have clear and understood up to this equation number 11.